Hello, welcome to Math for the Day. Today we're going to talk about place value, and we're going to focus on tens and ones before we move on. So let's start off with the very basic part of place value, that is our digits. Every number that you see here is a digit. So if I have 0 by itself, it's a digit. 1 by itself, it's a digit, so on and so forth. Each one of those is a digit, and then whenever you have numbers that have several digits, we call it, like, this is a 4-digit number, okay? So a number, we know the value of that digit and the value of that number based on the place in a number. So let me rephrase that. We know the value of this 3 based on its place in this number. That is what we call place value. Okay. For example, we have these two digits, 1 and 4, and we can make two numbers out of it. So the first number we can make out of it is 14, where I have 1 10 and 4 ones. This is a 10, a base 10 block, and this is 4 ones. We've got 4 ones in the ones place. If I had 10 of these, it would make another 10. So the next number we can make is if we flip-flop those and we put a 4 in the tens place and a 1 in the ones place, we now have 41. So while we have the same digits in both numbers are different because of the placement of those digits in what place value they represent, okay? So we have the 4 here in this number and the 4 here in this number, and then the 1 here in this number and the 1 here in this number. Okay, so let's put some of this to practice, or we can look at another example. Our next example is 33. So 33 has two 3s. Each 3 has a different value though. So this 3 in the tens place represents 3 tens. So the value of this 3 in this position is not 3, but it's 30. And then we have a 3 in this ones position. The value of this 3 is 3 ones. It is 3. So then we put these two together, and that gives us 33. We have now broken down 33 into the tens and the ones place so that we can understand value of that number. All right. Now, I'm going to have you help me practice circling the value of the blue digit here. I'm going to build this number 27. So I have 2 tens, so I'm going to put 2 tens here, and I have 7 ones, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7 in this number is in the ones place, and there's 7 ones here. Is the value of this 7 70, or is it 7? 70? If it were 70, we would have 7 of these right here. So the answer is 7. And for our next one, we have 43. So I'm going to take 4 of these, 3 of these, and we're trying to find the value of the 4 in this number. Is it 4 or is it 40? Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tens, which is equivalent to 40. And our next one is 55. So we've got 5 and 5. So this one's tricky. There's a 5 in each one, but our digit that's blue is here in this place. Sometimes I've even had to do this so that we can remember. This is the tens place, T for 10, and O for ones. We've got 5 tens here, and we've got 5 ones also, but we're looking for this, the value of this one right here. So the value of this 5 is either going to be 50 or it's going to be 5. And because it's in the tens place, the value of this 5 is 50. All right. If I'm going too fast, please just pause, backtrack if you need to, and then just have the video repeat. It's okay. I know I go too fast sometimes. I just get really excited and I go way too fast. So sometimes, I mean, if you guys were here face to face, it'd be like, whoa, Miss Cox, you need to slow it down a bit. But since you have me on video, now you can pause it and rewind. Okay, so this is a cool little riddle that I found, and I'm going to read it and then I'm going to work through it. So the riddle starts out as, I'm a 2-digit number. So we know that we have a tens place and a ones place in this number. I have the digit 8 in my ones place, and I have the digit 5 in my tens place. What number am I? So we look at our tens place here, and it says up here, I have the digit 5 in my tens place. So I can write a 5 here. And then I go back and I look, and it says I have the digit 8 in my ones place. So I can write an 8 in the ones place. So what number am I? I am 58. All right. Something that I wanted to show you is that we can use pictures to represent numbers. They are quick and they are easy. Please do not waste time trying to make fancy drawings. And what I mean by that is, do not try to draw this right here. You'll be sitting here doing this over and over and over again. I mean, that's silly. That takes too long. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a very general picture of this guy, and we're going to do this to represent 32. So I have a 3 in the tens place, and I want it to look similar to this. So what we do is we just draw one line to represent one of these. Since I have 3, I'm going to draw 3. That just makes it easier whenever I say I need you to show me in base 10 blocks. Instead of going to grab these, you're going to show me using these. And then our single units look like this. These are our ones. For example, this number 32, we've got a 2 in the ones place. And so I need to represent that using a picture, and the easiest way for us to do that is to draw dots. That is so much easier than having to draw that right there. And I'll show you why we like dots, because it makes it so much faster. Here are 2 numbers, and I'm going to show you how we use our picture, our base 10 pictures, to draw these numbers right here. So we've got 4 in the tens place. This number is 45. We've got 4 in the tens place. And remember, it's a base 10 block that looks like this. So I draw 4 of those. Boom, 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 boom. That is so much easier than having to go, okay, 1, 2, that just takes so long. Okay, so this is a big no-no. Don't do that. It doesn't need to be fancy. And then, of course, I've got a 5 in the ones place, and they're supposed to look like this. So I just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ta-da! And I've got 5 right there. Again, that's so much easier than having to do a bunch of little squares like this. And see, they get silly. They get silly. So don't do that. That's too fancy. We don't need it. The next number is 56. So we've got a 5 in the tens place, and we want to draw that with our base 10. So we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And then 6 in the ones place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to, whenever I'm doing dots, I like to do 5 in a line, so that if I needed to count a lot of dots, I can count by 5s. When we're counting these base 10 blocks, we need to count by 10s. Each one of these represents 1 10, remember, because there's 5 here, 5 here. Each one of these lines is 10. Each one of these is 1, and since I have 1 line here, that is 5, plus 1 more is 6. Okay, and we'll get to practice all of this. I want to show you one more thing, and then this video is done. So this is a question we'll do in a second. So let me just cover that up. Okay, so if I have 2 10s, I'm going to write 2 10s here. I want to show you how we can trade. We've heard about trading before. You may have asked, can I trade you 2 quarters for 50-cent piece? They are the same. They have the same value. They just look differently. They're represented differently. So I want to show you how we can trade that on our base 10 blocks also. We have 2 10s here, and then I'm going to count each one of these. Remember I said I like to do 5 in a row like this. So I've got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 ones. Well, this is not going to be a number like 214 or 2014. So we don't put these two numbers together. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take 10 of these ones. Remember I said 10 of these equals 1 of these. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then there was 14. We already have 2 10s here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 10 single units and I'm going to trade it in for 1 10 unit. Okay, so I'm going to take these. Bye! We don't need you. And then we have that. So what I have left is these. Let me show you what that looks like on this base 10. I took these 10 units, I traded it out, and I got 1 more 10. Okay? So this looks like this. We've got 3 10s, 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my new number is 3 in the tens place, so 30, 4 in the ones place, so 4. My new number is 34. That's what 2 10s and 14 ones equals. And last but not least is an example as how we're gonna, or sorry, when we will need to know how we trade out, okay? So we have an example here. Tala has 3 boxes of 10 cookies. She also has 22 single cookies. How many cookies does she have? That's a lot of counting if you're going to count one by one. So I'm going to use base 10 to represent this. But we're also going to use our trading tactic, okay? So I've got 3 boxes of 10. Each one of these is 10. And then there's 22 single cookies. So sadly, I am going to have to do dots, but this is where we do dots. It's much faster. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 1, 2. Okay, so do you see where I could trade out some of my single units for more 10s? I hope so. There's 5 and 10 right there. I'm going to trade that out. Buy single units. Hello, 10. And I'm going to do the same thing right here because I've got 5 and 10. That makes 10. Buy 10 single units. Hello, 10. I can't do that again because there's only 2 left right here. So that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s, which is 50, and 2 1s, which is 2. So how many cookies does she have? She has 52 cookies. And that, my friends, is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed your very first video of your 2nd grade year. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and ask me. I know that y'all guys have been getting on and you have been working hard, and I really love to see that. So keep up the great work, and I will see you guys later.